Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will show you how to play classic Wii and GameCube games on your PC using the Dolphin Emulator. For those who do not know, Dolphin Emulator is an emulator that can run two consoles at once, Nintendo Wii and Nintendo GameCube, all in one application. With Dolphin, you can play many of your favorite classic games directly on your PC, without needing the original console. So if you want to feel nostalgic or you are trying this for the first time, make sure to watch this video until the end. Before installing, please make sure your PC meets the minimum requirements. You will need Windows 10 64-bit version. As for the hardware, your graphics card must support DirectX 11.1 or Vulkan 1.1 with at least 2 GB of RAM. For stable performance, I recommend a recent Intel Core i5, i7, or AMD Ryzen with high single-core speed. Dolphin relies mostly on 1 or 2 cores rather than a high core count. For graphics, an NVIDIA GTX 1060 or AMD RX 580 is ideal for 1080p resolution. You should also have at least 8 GB of RAM to prevent stuttering. Finally, always use the Vulkan API for the best results on modern hardware. For more details, you can refer to the image on your screen. First, open your web browser and search for dolphinemu.org. Once you're on the main page, click the download button. After that, you will be redirected to the download page. On this page, under the Releases section, you can choose the version you want to use. For Windows users, simply click the Windows x64 button to start downloading Dolphin Emulator. Wait until the download is complete, and then we will continue to the next step. Next, after the download is complete, extract the Dolphin Emulator file. Once the extraction is finished, open the Dolphin Emulator folder and double-click dolphin.exe to launch the emulator. This is the initial screen of the Dolphin Emulator. Before we start playing any games, we will first adjust some basic settings to make sure the emulator runs properly. To adjust the settings, click the config icon. In the General section, we will leave the settings at their default values for now. In the Graphics menu, specifically under General and Basic, you will find the Backend option. Here, you can choose the type of renderer that Dolphin will use. This option determines how the game graphics are processed by your PC. You can try each option one by one to see which one works best and runs most stable on your device. In most cases, Vulkan is the best choice because it offers faster performance and smoother graphics. However, if you are using an older or lower-end PC, you can try Direct 3D or OpenGL for better compatibility and lighter performance. In the aspect ratio section, you can select Stretch to Window, so the game fills the entire screen. For VSync, you can enable this option to reduce screen tearing and make the gameplay look smoother, especially if you notice visual tearing while playing. However, if you experience lag or performance drops, you can disable this option to improve performance. Next, if you want the game to start directly in full screen mode when it is launched, you can enable the Start in Full Screen option. When this option is enabled, the game will automatically use the entire screen. However, if you are not sure yet or still adjusting other settings, you can leave this option unchecked for now. In the shader compilation section, if you are using a PC with relatively high specifications, you can choose exclusive Uber shaders or hybrid Uber shaders to reduce stuttering and achieve smoother gameplay. However, if your PC has lower specifications, it is recommended to select Specialized, as this option is lighter and more stable for low-end hardware. Next, you can enable the Compile Shaders Before Starting option to compile shaders before the game launches. By enabling this option, the game will experience less stuttering when played for the first time, since the shaders are processed in advance. However, as a trade-off, the initial loading time of the game will be longer before it starts. Next, in the Enhancements menu, specifically under Internal Resolution, you can adjust the game's internal resolution based on your PC's performance. A higher internal resolution will make the game look sharper and clearer, but it will also require more system resources. If you are using a lower-end PC, it is recommended to set the resolution to 1x or 2x. For higher-end PCs, you can increase the resolution to 3x or higher, depending on your hardware capabilities. Next, there is the anti-aliasing option, which helps make the game visuals look smoother and less jagged. Higher anti-aliasing settings will improve visual quality, but they will also require more PC performance. You can choose MSAA for good visual quality with a lighter performance impact, or SSAA for even smoother visuals, which requires a more powerful PC. If you are using a low-end PC, it is recommended to disable anti-aliasing or use a low setting. For higher-end PCs, you can increase this setting according to your needs. Next, in the texture filtering section, you can adjust how sharp the textures appear in the game. Higher texture filtering settings will make textures look clearer and less blurry, especially on distant objects. However, these settings may slightly increase the performance load on your PC. If you are using a low-end PC, it is recommended to use the default or lower settings. For higher-end PCs, you can increase this setting according to your preference. Next, there is the output resampling option, which is used to adjust how sharp the game image appears to match your monitor's screen size. For this setting, we will choose default because it is the fastest and lightest option, helping the game run smoothly without impacting performance. Next, for the hacks and advanced options, we will keep them set to the default settings. Next, there is the controller option. In this section, we will set up the controllers in two parts, one for the GameCube controller and one for the Wii controller. First, we will set up the GameCube controller. In port 1, click the Configure button. After that, a screen like this will appear. If you want to use an external controller, such as an Xbox or PlayStation controller, make sure to connect it to your PC first. Once it is connected, the controller name will appear in the device option. However, if you prefer to use a keyboard, simply select the keyboard option. When using the keyboard, you do not need to set up button mapping manually. If you want to customize the controls manually, click the Clear button first to remove all existing mappings, then assign the buttons according to your preference. After finishing the setup, create a new profile, enter your desired profile name, and finally click Save. Next, we will set up the Wii controller mapping. The process is almost the same as the GameCube controller setup we did earlier. In the Wii Remote 1 section, click the Configure button. The controller settings window will then appear. If you want to use an external controller, such as an Xbox or PlayStation controller, make sure it is connected to your PC first. Once the controller is detected, its name will appear in the device option. However, if you prefer to use a keyboard, simply select the keyboard option. When using the keyboard, manual button mapping is not required, as the controls are set automatically. If you want to customize the controls manually, click the Clear button to remove all existing mappings. After that, assign the buttons according to your preference. Once the mapping is complete, create a new profile. Enter your desired profile name and click Save to apply the settings. In addition to this setup, you can also configure extra controller options in the Extension section under the Wii controller menu. If you plan to play fighting games, shooting games, or other games that require more buttons, select the Classic Controller option and click Configure Extension. The Classic controller provides a more complete and comfortable control layout. It uses a button configuration similar to modern controllers, making gameplay more flexible and easier to control. On the Classic controller screen, if you want to use an external controller, such as an Xbox or PlayStation controller, make sure it is connected to your PC first. Once the controller is detected, its name will appear in the device option. If you prefer to use a keyboard, select the keyboard option and manually map the buttons according to your needs. After finishing the button mapping, create a new profile, enter your desired profile name, and click Save to store the settings. Next, for the interface and audio options, we will leave them set to their default settings. For the Paths option, this section is used to set the location of your game folder. Click the Add button, then browse to the folder where your games are stored. And finally, click Select Folder. For the remaining options, such as GameCube, Wii, and Advanced, we will leave them set to their default settings. After that, click the Close button. After completing all the settings, the list of your games will appear. However, as you can see, the display still looks quite plain. To make the game list more visually appealing, we can add game cover images. To do this, click the graphics icon, go to the interface option, and enable Download Game Covers. After that, return to the main Dolphin Emulator screen. Next, click the View menu and select Grid View. As you can see, the game list now looks much more attractive with the game covers displayed. If you want to add 2 or more game save files to the emulator, click the Tools menu and select Import Wii Saves. After that, browse to the folder where your save data is stored, then click Select Folder. As an important note, make sure you have played the game at least once before importing the save data. This allows the emulator to create the required initial data, so the save files can be detected and stored properly. If this step is skipped, a notification like this will appear. However, if the game has been played before, the save data will be imported successfully, and the result will look like this. Next, we will install an update for the game you own. Click the Tools menu, then select Install WAD. After that, browse to the game's update file, select it, and click Open. If the process is successful, a notification like this will appear. Next, we will add custom textures for one of your games. First, right-click the game you want to apply textures to and select Properties. In the Game ID section, copy the 6-character code made up of letters and numbers. After that, click the File menu and select Open User Folder. Inside this folder, go to Load, then open the Textures folder. Create a new folder and name it using the game ID you copied earlier. Next, copy all of your texture files and paste them into the newly created folder. To enable custom textures, open Dolphin Emulator and click the graphics icon. Then, go to the Advanced tab and enable Load Custom Textures. This is the visual difference before and after the custom textures are applied. Next, I will install a mod for one of my games, Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Before installing the mod, we first need to convert the game format to ISO. To convert the game to ISO, right-click the game you want to convert and select Convert File. In the Format section, choose ISO, then click the Convert button. Next, you will be asked to choose a location to save the converted game file. I recommend saving it in your Wii or GameCube game collection folder to keep everything organized. After that, click Save. Wait until the conversion process is complete. Once finished, click OK to close the notification. After finishing the game conversion to ISO format, the Dolphin Emulator's main screen will display 2 Kirby game entries. If we check them, one of the games is already in ISO format. At this point, we can safely delete the other version that is not in ISO format to avoid using unnecessary storage space. Next, we continue by extracting the game. To do this, right-click on the game and select Properties. A pop-up window will appear. In this window, go to the File System tab. Under the Disk section, right-click and choose Extract Entire Disk. Then, create a new folder to store the extracted game files and name the folder however you like. As an additional note, Make sure to create this folder inside your main game directory, where you store your Wii and GameCube game files. After creating the folder, click Select Folder. Wait until the extraction process is complete. Once it finishes, click Close. Next, open the mod folder you have and copy all of its contents. After that, go to the extracted game folder you created earlier. Inside the extracted folder, navigate to the data folder and paste the files there. If a notification like this appears, choose Replace. After that, return to the Dolphin Emulator, right-click on the Kirby's game, and select Properties. In this window, go to the Patches tab and check Bypass. Then, click Close. To display the mod, there are two methods you can use. The first method is if you place the mod folder inside your game collection folder. Simply click the config icon, then select the Paths tab. Here, make sure to check the Search Subfolders option and then click the Close button. As you can see here, we now have two Kirby games. One is the original version, and the other is the modded version that we just installed. To tell the difference, it's very simple. Right-click on the game and select Properties. In the info section, the modded version usually points to the main.dol file inside the extracted folder, not the original ISO file. If the mod does not appear in Dolphin's game list, you can use the second method. Click the open icon, then browse to the extracted game folder you prepared earlier. Inside that folder, open the data folder, then go to the sys folder. You will find a file named main.dol. Select this file and click Open, and the modified game will start automatically. If a notification like this appears, don't worry. This means the emulator has detected an additional controller that is not supported by the game. To fix this, open the Dolphin Emulator and click the controller's icon. In the Wii Remote section, click the Configure button. Then, under the extension option, change Classic Controller to None. After that, try launching the game again, and the notification will disappear immediately. Next, if you want to use cheats for your games, especially for The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, it's actually very simple. Just right-click on the game title you want to modify and then select Properties. Once the window opens, let's look at the AR Codes menu first. Here you'll find various ready-to-use cheat codes, such as infinite health or max health so Link never dies, and even options to have all swords and shields. Keep in mind, if the codes don't activate immediately, you might need to restart the game for the system to detect them. If you want to add cheat codes manually, you can find them on the internet by searching for the game name and its region. Once you find the code, you can install it by clicking the Add New Code button. Simply enter the name and the code, then click Save. Moving on, we have the Gecko Codes menu, which contains more advanced technical modifications. For example, there's the 16:9 widescreen version 2 option. You can check this to change the game's original 4:3 square aspect ratio into a modern widescreen view, making it look perfect on your monitor without stretching the image. If you enable this widescreen patch, make sure to set your aspect ratio in the graphics settings to 4:16:9 so the image fills your entire screen perfectly. Unlike AR codes, Gecko codes usually work real-time while the game is running. Lastly, there is the Patches menu, which is used to fix performance issues or technical bugs. One of the most important ones for this game is the Hyrule Field speed hack. You definitely want to check this, so that when Link explores the vast Hyrule Field, the frame rate stays stable without any lag or stuttering. But wait, here is the most important part. For all these cheats to actually work, you need to go to the Config menu in Dolphin, select the General tab, and make sure you check Enable Cheats. Without this, none of the codes we selected will take effect in the game. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you in the next tutorial video.